Hey guys, welcome back to CLOWNFISH TV. This is Kneon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to do another Birds of Prey video because it's worse. It's worse than we thought it was going to be.
Well, you thought it was going to be worse, so it's worse than other people thought it was going to be.
It was worse. Yeah, it's worse than other people thought it was going to be. I actually said this movie will probably come in under 40 million this weekend. It has been downgraded again. It started at 50 to 55 million was the projection. Then it went down to 45 million. I said I thought it would actually do under 40 million based on the word of mouth, based on the preview night. Now they've downgraded it to $33 million. Ooh. We are in Terminator Dark Fate territory at this point. This is not good, and even Deadline is calling it out. A couple other websites are calling it out. And Deadline, I want to talk about this article because they're actually pinpointing some of the problems with the movie. A lot of things that YouTubers have been saying, other outlets have been saying, like, this is why this movie is failing. And we're going to talk about that. So before we get into it, please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants. We're closing in on 100,000 subs.
Yeah, just slow down. Like, we were going so fast, and then it just, like, now it's crawling.
Oh, I thought you were telling me to slow down.
No.
Stop it.
The subscribing. And I'm just like, what the heck's going on? We still getting the views. We just aren't getting the subs.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
So please sub.
I think January is pretty bad.
I don't know. I'm just like, it's been taking a really long time to get from 90 to 100.
Guys.
So
yeah, like
please subscribe if you haven't done so already, because we know that 2/3 of the people that watch us do not subscribe.
That is true. Make sure you're still subscribed because a lot of people get unsubscribed.
But they're probably afraid they're going to get in trouble for subscribing to us, because there's a lot of people in Hollywood who do listen to us, and they don't want to be, and people who listen maybe not want to be found out that they listen.
We do know this is true.
Yes, we do.
We do know this is true. There are some people who listen on the down low.
So to all of those that are you, hey,
that's okay.
Hit the sub button.
Hit the sub button. It's okay to be a closet Clownfish fan.
That's right, closet Clownfish.
All right. Deadline. Join the reef. Join the reef. Deadline. How Birds of Prey went astray with $33 million opening.
Birds of Prey went astray. It's like Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss. Yeah, except this one's not funny. This is not terribly good. Like I said, this is the third or fourth time this movie has been downgraded. Preview night, it only did $4 million. Friday, it only did $13 million. Ooh. So it might not even hit the 33. It's bad. And we're talking, I think Terminator Dark Fate hit like 29 million. And we're going to talk about the marketing and some of the stupid decisions that Warner Brothers made regarding this movie. So they said even the solid reviews of 82% certified fresh, that's dropped.
Well, if it's, it was 84 earlier today, I think, or maybe it was 82. Here's the thing, you can't believe what you read on Rotten Tomatoes anyway. No matter what it is, Rotten Tomatoes is about as reliable as nothing.
Yeah, so even an 82% certified fresh and a 4-star post-track and B+ cinema score audience exits, same as Suicide Squad and Joker, aren't doing any favors here with the pick's ticket sales. Rivals believe the exits are alright, just not the kind that you take over the top at the box office. So here, they said it's well under the 50 to 55 million tracking projection, under the 45 million for which Warner Brothers was hoping. At this point, they're like, we'll take anything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just come see the damn movie. Come see the damn movie. So, and even though the town loves to use tracking as the dog ate my homework excuse whenever a film collapses at the box office, they're not the ones to blame here for Birds of Prey.
Okay.
This is really interesting. We're actually starting to see a turnaround, I think, but this is Deadline, which is more business-oriented, but come Monday, all the blogs are going to be like,
misogynist, trolls, tanked Birds of Prey.
Exactly. But
racist, misogynist, trolls, tanked Birds of Prey.
They did. So here we go. What's crucial for Warner Brothers and any other major motion picture studio that wants to compete with rival Disney is that when it comes to brands and IP, you need to protect them and really ensure the proper production and launch apparatuses are in place to guarantee success. I'll come back to this. These decisions need to be thought of long and hard during development. Don't mess around with brands.
Well, but then Disney's doing it themselves. I mean, Disney, look, they completely ruined Star Wars.
Yeah.
So, I mean, enough so that now with the last film, the people that were backing Disney are mad at them. So you successfully just ticked everybody off. And so I wouldn't say Disney knows what they're doing in that regard, like this article kind of implies. But
Yeah.
Hollywood in general.
Well, they're talking about how Disney got used to just slapping the Marvel title on any old movie
Pretty much.
and making money.
Star Wars too.
Yeah, and Star Wars too, and that's not going to work anymore. Now, why this is important is because there were a lot of complaints about the lineup for this movie. One, if you're familiar with the comics, now it's been a long time since I've read the comics, but look at this lineup. Other than Harley Quinn, can you tell me who any of these characters are?
No.
Because if you look at the comic book iteration of Birds of Prey, one, we have Batgirl leading the team. But this is Huntress and Black Canary. They were always kind of the staples of the team. Now,
you do have Huntress and Black Canary on the Arrowverse, though.
Right, and that's where it's probably throwing people, too, because they did this with Suicide Squad, too, where we had Suicide Squad in the Arrowverse, and then we brought them over to a movie.
Right, and made them different. Well, the one girl's supposed to be Canary, looks like Huntress, or looks like Hawk Girl almost to me with the colors and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they're completely
Is she Canary? The other one? I can't
This
tell.
is supposed to be Canary. This is Cassandra Cain. This is Montoya.
Okay, Canary. Okay, so now
is
is that what the yellow colors are for? Because she's a Canary?
Yeah, even though she doesn't wear yellow in the comics, you know.
Okay, because this to me looks like Hot Girl. Anyways.
Yeah, and here's the thing, you know, because, you know, going back to the Arrowverse, these characters are already established in the Arrowverse. You know, so even people who don't read comic books know what Black Canary was the breakout star on Arrow. Everybody knows what Black Canary is supposed to look like. You know, she's got the leather getup. You know, and again, these don't look like superheroes or super villains at all. They look just like a bunch of girls hanging out.
It's like Coachella.
It's like Coachella, yeah. Oh my God. Other than Harley Quinn, none of them are recognizable.
I don't think Harley Quinn's even that recognizable.
No, I wish she had maybe she has it in the movie. I wish she had the black and red.
She has like a tattoo thing on her arm that looks like that.
It's not the same.
I know, but it's the same.
But, you know, this is kind of what people were expecting. They were already making excuses. Why is Batgirl not in the movie? But now they're kind of retconning the comics, too, and I'll come back to that. They're kind of retconning the comics. Now the new lineup for Birds of Prey, since they made the movie, is...
The ones in the movie.
The ones in the movie. Yeah, and they're even changing the characters a little bit to make them look more like they do in the movie. Again, this is the movie's leading comics now.
I'm just like, they were Birds of Prey because, well, even though Batgirl was like a bat, not a bird, but it was Birds of Prey because they were supposed to be like, you know, bird related. Harley Quinn's not even bird related.
She's not. She's a jailbird.
Okay, there you go. I guess in that regard, she's bird related.
But this is interesting. So some will argue that Birds of Prey was never meant to be a big picture like Suicide Squad with its lower than DC budget, around $97 million. Joker had half of that.
Yeah.
And it made a bunch of money.
You can't compare the two because that just makes you a typical white male with your white male rage. That there is a distinct difference. The Joker is about white men and being assholes because they're white men. And this is about emancipation because women are kept down. That's what this is about. You need to understand that.
Never compare the two. Well, people are, I guarantee you, they're going to compare the two for months to come.
They're going to, yeah.
So he says hogwash. It's coming from Deadline. It's a brand, and that's a lot of money to spend, according to finance sources, on a movie that's intended to be an event film in the off season. Nobody gives a poop.
That's just it. That's their excuse. Oh, we meant to do that. We didn't spend much on it, so we didn't think it was going to be a big deal, even though they thought it was going to be a big deal.
Yeah, it's not looking good. They say it could make up the shortfall overseas. No one's expecting the movie to make any money in Asia. And since Wednesday in 78 territories, the picture's only grossed $18 million. Overall, it's bad, says one film finance source who has no skin in the game. It's bad. So
It doesn't matter if you have skin in the game or not. It doesn't matter if you're pointing out things that are factual or obvious. It doesn't matter. Because all that you're going to hear from Twitter is, it's because misogynists don't like this movie. Racist misogynists don't like strong female characters. It's going to be the answer to why it failed. Guaranteed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen. Now here they're talking about how other female-led films did not do well at the box office. They're talking about Atomic Blonde,
I didn't think that
Alita. Alita actually did better, I think, than people give it credit for. I mean, it was never going to be a Marvel
Rhythm
movie.
Section, didn't that just come out?
Did it?
I thought it was already, it just came out. I mean, I don't know if you can really compare that.
But then they talk about Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel making money too, so that's not the problem. And Harley Quinn, look, a Harley Quinn movie should have been a slam dunk, but there was another article I read where they said that Harley Quinn now, because she's marketed to children, should have been a PG-13 movie.
Yeah, that starts everybody mad about that. But
you know,
they do market her to kids, guys. I mean, like I said, they have a Build-A-Bear for pity's sake. So they just put a Harley Quinn Build-A-Bear out. And she's wearing like more like her comic book outfit. But it looks kind of like the DC Superhero Girls version before they ruined DC Superhero Girls. But even though our daughter says the show is good, but the dolls are better with the original version.
Yeah.
They ruined the dolls, not the show. Let's put it that way.
I would love to see a comic book or cartoon accurate Batman movie with a comic book accurate Joker and a cartoon accurate Harley Quinn. You know, I would love to see that. I'd love to see them actually do basically a live action Batman in the animated series, because to me, I think that is like the top shelf. That is my version of Batman, like my idealized.
See, look how selfish you're being. It's all me, my.
I know, me, my. But that's where
you only can be me, my if you are, you know, these people in Hollywood. Everybody else, if you are like somebody like Noel Stevenson with She-Ra, then you can do me, my. And it's all about you and not about what the legacy was. But because you want something that's legacy, that doesn't count because you're not them.
That's right.
I'm just saying.
I'm just
Sorry.
a toxic.
Keep saying. I just saying. There you go, Mom. I said it again. I'm just saying.
These are all the complaints we've been saying. Let's look at the title. If this movie's about Harley Quinn, then why the hell isn't it just being called Harley Quinn?
Yes.
This movie isn't about the Birds of Prey. They're just Harley's backup band. It's fine if you want to reboot those characters from the failed Warner Brothers TV series, but the movie isn't about them.
Exactly.
They're talking about the early 2000s. They had a Birds of Prey.
Yeah, I think I vaguely
like
remember.
proto-Arrowverse, and it wasn't very good. I've also heard that for some diehard DC fans, the picture messes up the Birds of Prey mythology. It does. So it doesn't really matter so much. They said in this day and age, with the majority of mass moviegoers not being comic book readers,
I mean, we said it before with Star Wars and then putting everything in the comics. It's like you're wasting your time because no one's going to read it. They're just going to go onto the internet and find out what the synopsis is from somebody else.
Right, but then the problem is, again, who is the movie for?
Yeah.
You know, who's the movie for? Your Harley Quinn audience now, you have a bunch of younger kids that are not going to go to an R-rated movie. You've got comic book characters that don't look anything like themselves. You know, who is this? You've told men to stay home. You know, a lot of, including Ewan McGregor. Ewan McGregor's telling guys.
Ewan McGregor told men to stay home. They didn't tell Ewan McGregor to stay home.
No, they probably should have. But he was, and that's the thing too. Like, I've seen some reviews from people who were looking to hate this movie. They didn't hate the movie.
That's what I'm saying. I never saw it, so it might be a good movie. I don't know, but
the marketing.
Yeah, it's just marketing.
The word of mouth.
Wonky.
You know, you've got Ian McGregor out there talking about, you know, it being a super woke feminist film. As soon as you do that, and you're like, this is for the ladies, guys stay home, then people are done. They're out.
Yeah, and then
people
are saying
office.
It's not that super woke though, right?
No, people who've seen it.
I haven't seen it, so I can't tell you.
No, and it's not one I'm going to pay to go see in the theater. But
it's not.
But people who have seen it said it wasn't how it was marketed. And this happens a lot with movies too, where sometimes they're not given a chance because they're marketed badly. Other people say it's a steaming pile of shit, and it's one of the worst things they've ever seen.
Well,
so
who knows? I might hate bringing up She-Ra again, but we see this with that because the way it was marketed turned more people off than the actual. I mean, people don't like the characters to begin with, the way they changed them, but the marketing telling everybody that there's something wrong with them for not liking it actually turned more people off than the show. And I think that's what here too. It's like the way it was marketed turned more people off than maybe the actual movie deserved.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm distracted because you smell nice.
I smell nice.
Yeah, see, no, here's a little thing. He did it on purpose. See, I have a thing for Hugo, and he knows it.
The scent, not the person.
Yeah, and he deliberately wouldn't put it on before the show so I could smell it. And I'm halfway through it, and I'm like, and we call it cam nip. And I'm halfway through it, and I'm like, I smell something nice. And I'm like, oh.
Oh, you know what's going to happen, though. If we ever, do a convention or something, you're going to have all these guys wearing Hugo.
Or they'll wear something else. I don't know. Don't wear Hugo.
That is my scent.
I'm sorry. I'm distracted by the Hugo.
Anyway.
It really is. It's like catnip for me. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So this is they're talking about the release date not being good. Sonic is coming out next weekend.
Sonic's coming out next weekend. Yes, we're gonna go see that for sure. I don't know if it's gonna be good. It might be a complete shit fest, but we're going to see it just because they listened to the audience and they didn't talk down to people and they fixed things. And I'm so tired of Hollywood crapping in a box, telling you it's gourmet food and that you're supposed to love it.
Yeah. So this is that's true. That's true. This is interesting though. I want to point this out too. So Birds of Prey will probably open number 1, probably around 33 million, right?
Okay.
Let's look at this list for the projected box office winners this weekend. Jumanji, 5.5 million. Oh my God. Jumanji's number 5.
It's been out for a while.
Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. Half of that. Okay. Jumanji came out, what, a week or two before Star Wars?
A week before Star Wars, I believe.
And Star Wars has already dropped off the cliff. Star Wars made less money this weekend than Little Women.
And Jumanji's ahead of Knives Out, too. I was going to say they're ahead of Knives Out also. They made more money than Knives Out.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is crazy. I mean, this is how far Star Wars is falling.
Doolittle is making more money than Birds of Prey. Now, granted, it's been out for a few weeks.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm just, that amuses me
but, again, this goes back to what he says, and this is, I really think, the whole purpose of this article is he hit the nail on the head, which is you can't just slap a name on a movie or a TV show.
Yes.
It has to be respectful to the IP, or you're not going to get the fans.
Which is what we've been saying,
Yeah.
TV show or movie.
Yeah.
And this is what we've been saying over and over again. This is what other YouTubers have been saying over and over again. This is what the audiences have been saying over and over again. And we keep getting called names for it.
Yeah, I think this is going to end because at the end of the day, money talks. You know, everybody tried to, and we saw that this started really, I think, with Ghostbusters 2016, this sort of anti-marketing, and it's fine for, you know, some fist bumps and likes on social media, but in the real world, these movies cost millions and millions and millions of dollars to make, and the studios have to make their money back.
Well, let's be honest, they go by Twitter mostly anymore because Tumblr's pretty much done, and Instagram, Twitter. And of those users, very few percentage-wise of the public at large, be it in the United States or other countries, actually use those damn social media platforms.
Yeah.
So you're pandering to a small percent of people on a platform that's already used by a small percent of the population. So you're literally, what we tell you not to do, don't niche yourself into a corner. And they're literally doing that to appeal to a small percent of people on a platform that only a small percent of people actually use overall.
Yeah, and they listen to Twitter for too long, they listen to Tumblr for too long, and they've damaged franchises, they damage brands. Mm-hmm. And if you want, you know, Star Wars to be around for another 40, 50 years, you want DC Comics characters to be as relevant as Marvel characters, you have to treat the source material with respect, treat the fans with respect, and realize that the only reason these things are popular enough to make movies out of is that they had a built-in audience.
Right, and over the years, like some of these things have been around for, you know, decades and decades. They made small changes to it, and you can do that as long as you're still respectful of the source material, you're still respectful of the audience. And that's where the problem has happened, because in the last 5 years, Hollywood has just decided that they have invented diversity, and they have invented all these different things that have been around for decades, and they are going so far in that they are making it unrecognizable. And when something becomes unrecognizable, it is no longer what has been loved for all these years. And then going around calling your fans names simply because they don't agree with a choice, even if it has something to do with what you're calling them, is also stupid. Like, someone might not like a character because it has nothing to do with her being a woman, but maybe they don't like the way her backstory's been changed or something like that, and they're automatically called misogynists, you know? Or you don't like a character, it has nothing to do with what color they are, you're called a racist. Automatically, without even listening to the reasons why. You keep doing this, and people are going to stop coming. Why do you want to be called names? Why am I going to go pay somebody to call me names?
Because you're supposed to. Because Hollywood thinks that people are just supposed to dish out the money. I mean, it's so funny. You get these people on social media, these comic book people on social media, calling YouTubers and people doing crowdfunding, calling them grifters. Hollywood is the biggest grift of them all, because they expect you to just give them money for anything.
Right.
Anything.
Well, even these comic book people, they move from title to title all the time. And a lot of times they're just custodians of the title for like a few months. They're not even like, they're not, that's not their, they didn't invent it. They're not going to be there next year. Somebody else is. I mean. Yeah,
they collect their check and they move on to the next mark.
Yeah.
You know? So who's the grifter?
Exactly.
You know?
And I'm just tired of the way that people are treated for not liking something and not agreeing with it. And agreeing with it doesn't make you morally better than somebody who doesn't, unless the reason is something that's racism or sexism.
Yeah.
Then that's a shitty reason, and you shouldn't have those reasons. But I'm just tired of the go-to answer for everything is those are the shields. Diversity, race, sexism, whatever. They're all the shields. They hide behind. And at the end of the day, like you said, you're still getting delivered garbage.
Yeah.
And then they're trying to tell you it's gourmet food and you're supposed to love it because they said so. I'm not paying for that box of garbage. I'm sorry. I can just go down the street and get better stuff cheaper.
You could.
I could. I can go make better stuff cheaper.
You can make better garbage yourself.
We're going to make Prey of the Birds. It's going to be better.
Prey of the Birds. That sounds like a kung fu movie. I want to do Prey of the Birds. I'm looking at this, I'm thinking this is Mystery Women. It's not Mystery Men.
It kind of is.
It's Mystery Women. This is what it looks like. All the screenshots I see of this movie, it looks like Mystery Men, like a bunch of misfits. They get together. They don't have any powers.
Is this baby bowler right here?
They don't have any powers. They're just kind of like complete posers. So I don't know. But this is not the Birds of Prey movie I think that most people wanted. I think a lot of people were hoping, at least for Batgirl. I mean, that would have been kind of cool.
I don't know. I'm not going to go see it. So I'm not going to judge it based on what it's about because I honestly don't know. I'm just talking about the marketing behind it. I'm talking about how it's been compared, you know, the joke. I've said before, the Joker's pretty much the same thing in regards to, you know, violence but for reasons of mental health. That's the same thing this is. Yeah. Opposite of the coin. I said one's considered empowerment, one's considered white male rage, and that's a bunch of shit. Sorry I'm swearing a lot today, but I'm so sick of it. And I'm a woman, I'm just sick of it. People will make comments and you just tell everybody you're a woman, just in case you didn't know.
She is a woman. I can vouch.
I am.
Yeah.
It's true.
So her opinion immediately means more than
That's
mine.
the reason I say it, because frankly, they're going to jump all over you because you're a guy. So, I mean, if I say it, they're still going to jump over me, but at least I have the, you know, woman card to play.
You can play the woman card.
I'm playing the woman card.
Yeah, so we're going to wrap
They do. It just makes it
They
fair.
do. They do all the time. We're going to wrap this up?
Yeah.
Okay, so please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants. You know, don't let our negativity deter you from seeing Birds of Prey. If you want to
see it, go see it by all means.
Yeah.
If you like it, you're allowed to like it. If you don't like it, that is fine too. Definitely go check out Sonic though.
Yeah, we're definitely going to Sonic next weekend just to support them because they actually did listen to the fans. The movie might be terrible, but they listen to the fans. They should be supported for that, I think.
Yeah.
Bounding in
Send
the
a
Comics.
message.
Bounding in the Comics gave it an 8.5. I'm surprised.
So there you go. It might be a good movie, guys.
Who knows?
I mean, I'm hearing people say that it isn't that bad. It's just that the marketing was not on point, and it kind of didn't actually tell you what the movie was.
Yeah.
It misled people. So, you know, listen to what your friends say. If you have other people who want to see it, ask them. Is it good? And they'll tell you yes or no. And if they say yes, then go see it. But we're not going to see it.
Yeah, make up your own mind.
Yeah. Don't listen to the media.
All right. We'll talk later.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.